Let's begin with a fundamental truth. We are human, and the core part of that identity is our ability to imagine. Think about it. We are creatures forged in the crucible of stellar explosions, composed of stardust that has gained consciousness. This consciousness allows us to do something remarkable. We can close our eyes and conjure worlds that do not exist. We can dream up futures that have not yet happened and reflect on pasts we never personally experienced. This isn't just simple memory recall. It's an active, vibrant process of creation happening entirely within the 3-pound universe of our brain. It is the engine of discovery, the foundation of empathy, and the wellspring of all art and science. Imagination is our personal time machine and teleporter. It lets us journey to the farthest reaches of the galaxy without leaving our chair. We can visualize the immense gravitational pull of a black hole, even though we've never been near one. We can feel the cold dread of a woolly mammoth hunt, guided only by fossilized bones and cave paintings. This capacity to simulate, to build mental models of reality and unreality is what allowed our ancestors to invent the first wheel, chart the stars for navigation, and compose the first epic poems. It is the very spark that separates simple reaction from profound creation, a truly cosmic inheritance. Imagination is the human brain simulator for realities that do not yet exist. This internal theater is not just for grand, sweeping epics about space and time. It operates in our daily lives constantly and quietly. When you rearrange the furniture in your living room in your mind before you lift a single sofa, that's imagination at work. When you try to understand a friend's point of view by putting yourself in their shoes, that is a profound act of imaginative empathy. This ability is deeply tied to our consciousness, our subjective experience of being. It is messy, emotional, and beautifully imprecise, drawing upon a lifetime of sensory inputs, emotional scars, and triumphant moments to weave something entirely new. So, when we talk about what makes us human, imagination is right at the top of the list. It's not just a feature. It's the operating system for our curiosity and creativity. It is the force that drove us from caves to cities and from cities to the moon. It's what empowers a scientist to formulate a hypothesis about the origins of the universe and an artist to paint a feeling that has no words. This deeply personal, emotionally charged, and context-rich ability to dream is the bedrock of our species' journey. It is the human soul rendered in the language of thought and possibility. And now a new player has entered the arena: artificial intelligence. Now consider the new force on the cosmic block: artificial intelligence. For decades, AI was the stuff of science fiction. Thinking machines and digital consciousness confined to novels and movie screens. We imagined them, of course, but in the last few years, something shifted. The theoretical became practical with breathtaking speed. The algorithms broke free from the research labs and landed on our desktops and phones. Suddenly, machines were no longer just calculating or sorting data. They began to generate. They started creating things that, at first glance, look and sound remarkably like the products of human imagination. This ascent has been nothing short of meteoric. Think about the pace. Just a few years ago, AI-generated art was a blurry, psychedelic mess. AI-written text was nonsensical and easy to spot. Today, these systems can produce photorealistic images from a simple text prompt, write coherent essays, compose musical scores in the style of Bach, and even generate computer code. This isn't a slow, incremental evolution, it's a disruptive leap. The AI has, in a sense, learned the patterns of human creativity by studying a vast library of our collective works. The entire internet, digitized books, and countless images. It has become a master of remixing our cultural heritage. AI has learned the language of human creativity by analyzing vast data sets of our own art and text. What we are witnessing is the emergence of an algorithmic muse. This muse doesn't feel inspiration or suffer for its art. It doesn't have a soul or a troubled past to draw upon. Instead, it operates on probability, patterns, and complex mathematical transformations. It takes a prompt, a string of words like a robot sitting in a Parisian cafe in the style of Van Gogh, and scours its training data for statistical relationships. It knows what robot, cafe, and Van Gogh look like as patterns of pixels and brushstrokes, and it synthesizes them into a new configuration. It is a powerful mimic, an unparalleled synthesizer of existing styles and concepts. This rapid development has sent shockwaves through every creative field. Artists, writers, musicians, and filmmakers are all grappling with a tool that can replicate the surface-level aesthetics of their work in seconds. The very definition of creation is being challenged. If a machine can paint a masterpiece, write a sonnet, or compose a symphony, what does that mean for the human creator? Is this the dawn of a new renaissance, where human artists are augmented with incredible new tools? Or is it the twilight of human unique creativity? The universe, it seems, has just presented us with a profound new variable in the equation of what it means to create. Let's get specific. What does this AI creativity actually look like today, in the year 2025? The tools are evolving so fast that what was state-of-the-art last year is now commonplace. In the visual arts, we have text-to-image generators like Midjourney and DALL-E 3. You can type a sentence, any sentence, and watch as the AI conjures a unique image from the ether of its neural network. For example, a user could prompt a photo of an astronaut riding a horse on Mars, and within moments, a surprisingly realistic and evocative image appears. These tools have democratized visual creation, allowing anyone with an idea to become an image maker. In the world of the written word, we have large language models, or LLMs, like GPT-4 and its successors. These are the engines behind advanced chatbots and writing assistants. They can do more than just answer questions. They can draft emails, write poetry, create short stories, and even generate computer programs from a simple description of the desired function. A writer experiencing writer's block could ask the AI, "Give me 3 different opening paragraphs for a mystery novel set in a lighthouse," and receive instant inspiration. These models are like encyclopedic collaborators, ready to brainstorm or flesh out an idea at a moment's notice. Modern AI tools can generate complex art, text, and music from simple human prompts. And then there's music. The world of sound has not been immune to this revolution. AI music generators, like Suno or Ampere Music, allow users to create royalty-free tracks based on mood, genre, and length. You can specify a cinematic, hopeful, orchestral track for a movie trailer, 90 seconds long, and the AI will compose, arrange, and produce a full piece of music. More controversially, other AI tools can clone the voices of famous singers with startling accuracy. We've heard new songs by artists long gone, generated by training an AI on their catalog of recordings. This blurs the line between tribute and forgery, raising fascinating questions about identity and legacy in the digital age. These examples are just the tip of the iceberg. There are AI tools for video generation, 3D model creation, and architectural design. What they all have in common is their operational method. They're pattern matching machines on an epic scale. They don't understand why a horse on Mars is a surreal and compelling image, or why a minor key sounds sad. They simply know, based on analyzing billions of data points, that certain inputs are statistically correlated with certain outputs. They are masters of syntax and style, even if they lack a grasp of semantics and soul. The toolkit is powerful, accessible, and getting more sophisticated every day. So, if an AI can paint, write, and compose, is human imagination obsolete? Not so fast. We need to look at the process, not just the product. AI creativity, as powerful as it is, has fundamental limitations that highlight the unique strengths of the human mind. The biggest difference lies in lived experience. An AI has no body. It has never felt the warmth of the sun, the sting of a scraped knee, or the heartbreak of a lost love. It has never tasted a strawberry or smelled rain on hot asphalt. Our imaginations are fueled by this rich, messy, multi-sensory database of personal experience. This is what gives human art its depth, its authenticity, its soul. Furthermore, human imagination is driven by intention and purpose. An artist creates because they have something to say. They have a perspective, a critique, a feeling they need to exercise or share with the world. This why is the engine of all great art. An AI, on the other hand, has no why. It generates because it is prompted to. It has no inner world, no beliefs, no desires. It cannot decide on its own to create a piece of art that protests injustice or celebrates a personal triumph. Its creativity is reactive, not proactive. It fulfills a request. It does not originate a need for expression. Human imagination is rooted in lived experience, emotion, and intention, qualities AI lacks. Another key human advantage is our ability to make intuitive leaps and connect seemingly unrelated concepts. This is the essence of true originality. We can connect the structure of a spider's web to architectural design, or the rhythm of a heartbeat to a musical tempo. This kind of abstract cross-domain thinking is still incredibly difficult for AI. AI is brilliant at interpolation, creating new things that fit within the patterns it has learned. Humans excel at extrapolation, venturing far outside the known data to create something genuinely new, something that breaks the mold. We can invent entirely new genres, new philosophies, new ways of seeing the universe. Finally, there's the beautiful fallibility of being human. Our mistakes, our happy accidents, our imperfections are often sources of groundbreaking creativity. A painter spills a drop of ink and it becomes the central feature of a new masterpiece. A musician plays a wrong note that opens up a whole new melodic possibility. AI is designed to be precise and to optimize for a given outcome. It doesn't have these moments of serendipitous error. The human creative process is a dance between control and chaos. A messy exploration that often leads to unexpected destinations. It is in this glorious imprecision that the human edge truly shines. The rise of AI-generated content has ignited a fierce cosmos-sized debate, and we can see it playing out in real-world events. A perfect case study is the 2022 Colorado State Fair art competition. An artist named Jason Allen won first prize in the digital art category with a stunning piece titled Teatro d'Opera Spatial. The controversy erupted when he revealed it was created using the AI image generator Midjourney. The art world was thrown into turmoil. Was this a legitimate artistic creation, or was Allen simply a curator of a machine's output? It was a watershed moment, forcing us to confront our definitions of art and artist. This brings us to one of the most pressing questions. Who is the author? When an AI creates an image, who owns copyright? Is it the user who wrote the prompt? Is it the company that developed the AI? Or does the work belong to no one? A product of a non-sentient algorithm? Legal systems around the world are scrambling to catch up. The US Copyright Office has stated that works generated purely by AI without sufficient human authorship cannot be copyrighted. This suggests that the human touch, the selection, arrangement, and modification of AI output is the critical ingredient for legal ownership, but the line remains incredibly blurry. Real-world cases like AI art-winning competitions force us to question authorship and the definition of art itself. The debate extends beyond ownership to authenticity and emotional resonance. Consider the phenomenon of AI-generated music that mimics famous singers. We've heard AI-generated tracks that sound uncannily like Drake or The Weeknd, often going viral on social media. While some find it a fun novelty, many artists and listeners find it unsettling. Does this art have meaning if it's devoid of the artist's life and struggle? Can a song about heartbreak truly resonate if it was composed by an algorithm that has never had a heart to break? We are grappling with whether the story behind the art is as important as the art itself. This conflict is essentially about the soul of the work. For centuries, we have valued art because we see it as a conduit for human experience, a piece of the artist's consciousness given form. An AI-generated piece, no matter how technically perfect, lacks this connection. It is an echo, not a voice. It's a brilliant reflection of human creativity, but not a source of it. The debate, therefore, is not just about technology. It's a philosophical inquiry into what we value in art and what makes a creation feel authentic and meaningful to us as human beings. It's a debate about the ghost in the machine. Experts weigh in on the AI phenomenon. As we navigate this new creative cosmos, the experts in the field, the scientists, artists, and philosophers, are far from a consensus. Their views generally fall into three distinct camps: AI as a tool, AI as a rival, and AI as a partner. Each perspective offers a different vision of our future relationship with these powerful algorithms. The most common and perhaps most comfortable view is that AI is simply a new, more advanced tool, no different in principle from the camera, the synthesizer, or Photoshop. In this view, the AI is a force multiplier for human creativity. Proponents of the AI as a tool model argue that these systems handle the tedious technical aspects of creation, freeing up the human artist to focus on the big picture, the concept, the emotion, and the message. A digital artist can now generate dozens of background concepts in minutes, instead of spending days painting them. A musician can experiment with complex orchestrations without needing to hire an orchestra. From this perspective, the AI doesn't replace the artist, it empowers them. The human remains the visionary, the director, the one with the intent. The AI is just an incredibly sophisticated and responsive paintbrush. Then there is the more cautionary view, AI as a rival. Some experts worry that as AI becomes more capable, it could devalue human skill and creativity. If a client can generate a good enough logo, illustration, or piece of music for a fraction of the cost and time, what happens to the livelihoods of professional artists? This perspective raises concerns about the commodification of art, where the market is flooded with cheap, soulless, AI-generated content. The fear is that the unique, handcrafted work of human artists will be drowned out in a sea of algorithmic mediocrity. And the incentive for humans to master a creative craft will diminish over time. Finally, there is the most forward-looking perspective, AI as a creative partner. This view goes beyond the master-tool relationship and envisions a true symbiotic collaboration. In this model, the human and the AI engage in a creative dialogue. The human provides the initial spark of an idea, the emotional context, and the overarching vision. The AI responds with unexpected variations and possibilities that the human might never have considered. The human then refines, reinterprets, and guides the AI's output, leading to a final work that is more than the sum of its parts, a true fusion of human soul and machine intelligence. This is the most exciting and perhaps most challenging path forward. So, where does this cosmic journey leave us? Standing at a crossroads, looking at two paths into the future. One path is paved with fear, where we see AI as an existential threat to our creative identity. The other is paved with curiosity, where we see AI as a catalyst for an unprecedented expansion of human imagination. I urge you to consider the second path. The universe is endlessly complex and surprising, and the emergence of a new form of creativity should be met with scientific wonder, not with territorial anxiety. This is not a zero-sum game. The future of creativity is not a battle between the human soul and the digital spark. Instead, it is a symphony, waiting to be composed with human and artificial intelligence as the lead instruments. Imagine a filmmaker using AI to generate entire virtual sets in real time, allowing them to explore camera angles and lighting with the fluidity of thought. Imagine a novelist collaborating with an AI partner to explore branching narratives and character histories, deepening the world they are building. Imagine a scientist using AI to visualize complex data in beautiful, intuitive ways, leading to new discoveries about the universe we inhabit. The goal is not for AI to replace human imagination, but to augment it, creating a future of collaborative creativity. To achieve this, we must remember our unique contribution to the creative equation. Our role is to provide the why. Our job is to infuse the process with intention, empathy, curiosity, and the wisdom born from lived experience. The AI can handle the how, generating possibilities and executing complex, technical tasks within human speed. We remain the conductors of the orchestra, the dreamers of the dream. We must learn to write better prompts, yes, but more importantly, we must learn to ask better questions. What stories need to be told? What emotions need to be expressed? What futures do we want to build? Ultimately, AI does not diminish human imagination. It holds up a mirror to it. It forces us to ask what truly makes our creativity special. And it challenges us to push beyond the superficial and the formulaic. The most exciting art of the 21st century may not be made by a human or by an AI, but by the two working in concert. We are on the verge of a new Renaissance one, where the fusion of our messy, beautiful, carbon-based consciousness with the clean, powerful silicon-based processing of AI unlocks forms of art and discovery we can't even imagine yet. The cosmos just got a lot more interesting. Let's be brave enough to explore it together.